maybe I would say engagement event to share, your achievements and your experience, your awards within the community members. And I would like to get started with David. David, thank you so much to become a speaker today.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so good evening, everyone.
I'm so excited.
Good day, everyone, wherever you are joining from. I know it's a big community from around the world. Let me start by saying that my impression of Black history is predicated on what the Blacks, the African Americans, particularly in the US, in Canada, and in many Western countries in the world, have achieved, regardless, irrespective of all the trauma and the experiences they have had, as we know in history, for centuries, maybe 400, 450, 500 years ago. So from then until now, and those of us you are seeing today who quote and unquote are Blacks or African Americans or African Canadians or whatever you call it, we are beneficiaries of the struggles and the sufferings and the challenges that those before us have endured and they have achieved. And we are, although the struggle continues, like they say, the journey continues, but I'm proud and glad to be a beneficiary of what those people have achieved. So talking about achievement, based on your question, I am a Canadian by choice, and I use that term in the sense that I wasn't born in Canada. I was born in Africa from Nigeria, but as I grew up and I went to school, I thought I wanted to enhance myself. I wanted to improve my circumstance, my education. So I decided to immigrate, and I came to Canada. And that's what I mean by being a Canadian by choice. I understand over the years that there are different categories of Black people. There are Black people who didn't have a choice. They were born in their country. And there were those who were several centuries ago were forced out of Africa and brought to the US and to Canada and moved away from their heritage. So there are different interpretations and different experiences that people have. And to some, it's a very sad experience. To some, it is a happy experience. But speaking from that point of being a beneficiary of what those people have achieved, I will say that when I left Nigeria and I came to Canada, I was, first and foremost, to me, it was an achievement. But for the people who came 400 years ago, to them, it wasn't an achievement. It was more of servitude. It was, they were forced away from their home to come and serve and work, So having gotten to Canada, I have experienced some of what those people experienced, some of it, a little bit of it. I cannot compare what I've experienced with what many of them experienced. I can vote. I didn't have to fight before I can vote. But for them, for hundreds of years, they couldn't vote. They were not counted as humans. They were counted as properties or as, actually, I understand that the Civil War was because some people saw the Black community as assets, as properties. And the government was saying, no, they are humans, they are humans, we should give them the same right. So I went to the US for a few years to do my MBA, and then I came back to Canada, and then I did a second master's. And today I work in oil and gas. I have a good job. I consult. I have a private business. By all indication, it was the work that people who have been around, who were forced to come and work hundreds of years ago, it is that I will say is what they fought for. Some of them did not live to see it, but we today are beneficiaries of it. And I don't know, I'm not an authority on Black history, but I've read a few things. I've seen a few things. I've experienced a few things, both good and bad. And sometimes I imagine, I'm like, what did these people go through 200 years ago, 100 years ago? When I think when they passed the 19th Amendment, that was when they said that they could vote. And to them, that was a major achievement. To me today, to many Black people, they don't see it as an achievement that they can vote. They don't, but some people pay the price for it. So if I'm going to tell you about my achievement, I cannot talk about my achievement without mentioning and ascribing that achievement to the people who had come 400 years ago, 300 years ago, who were brought to America out of, not of their own free will, not of their own free will. I went to school, I applied for scholarship, I got so many things, and the credit goes to them. That achievement goes to those generations. So, of course, I didn't prepare for this, but that's all I can say for now. And then others can contribute to. And you are free to correct me if I didn't get some things right.
Well, what I want to correct is that you said you are not authority, but I think you are a great example of a huge success and achievement. And what you've done, 2 master's degrees, plus Harvard graduate certificate, plus to move to Canada and study in the United States, like, what else? That's a lot of achievements, David. And you're a great example of how to be example for young generation and aspiring professionals. And thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
Thank you.